Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is day 6 of 31 days of Halloween challenge, and I am so excited to be doing this video. This video is my first time ever making store displays for work. There will be multiple displays I'll be making, so this is only part 1. In this part, we're going to be making a candy corn tree. So I've been working at my new job for the past year and a couple of months, and my bosses came up to me last week and were like, hey, do you want to paint some balls? And honestly, I was so confused by this, but they insisted that I should make some Halloween displays since I'm so into Halloween, and they really wanted me to use the styrofoam balls and cones that we had there because we had so much of them. So I saw this cone and I was like, I'll just make a tree out of it. So that same night, I went home and drafted a pattern around the cone for the 3 fabrics I'll be using, which will be yellow, orange, and white. I really wanted the cone to stick out in the display, so I tried to grab the most unique kind of fabrics I can find in the store. The white portion is a white on white fabric, so there's some little leafy designs on it. The orange is my favorite collection in the store, which is shadow play, but I couldn't find it in a yellow or white, but this will do. And the yellow was the only yellow that was okay in my eyes, that kind of matched the candy corn look. And it has a unique crumple paper kind of pattern. The story goes, one of my bosses has noticed that I never made a store display since I worked there. But my other boss was impressed that I had gotten away with it for so long. And I simply told them I don't want to make something I'm not, excited about, because if I'm not excited to make something, especially when I'm told to make it, I will have a hard time doing it. The struggle I had in fashion design, which I hated 95% of the projects that we had to do in school. So after filling out the papers, getting all the materials for everything I'm going to be making for the store, I'm finally getting around to it, and I'm so stoked to finally be able to making a store display. I really wanted Halloween to be my first. If it wasn't going to be Halloween, it was going to be Christmas. So the amount of fabrics I got to make candy corn tree was 1/2 meter. It's not just for the candy corn tree. I'm going to use the same fabrics as leftovers to make the other store displays, but I will get to that in part 2 or even part 3. I honestly wanted to put like candy corn candy onto it at first, and my boss was like, you can't have real candy on your tree for the store, because then she, as a joke, said that she probably will try to eat the tree. But then I suggested I'll just go get candy corn beads from Michael's, and she said, no, we don't sell that. So after making it, I went back to work the next day and I was like, okay, you have to let me glue some candy on here because it just literally looks like a pylon in the end. And she was like, okay, fine, you can glue some candy corn. So I may glue some fake ones if I find some at the dollar store. If not, I guess real candy corn. As you can tell, I added seam allowance in my patterns because I didn't draft them at first. It's a cheat way to get things done quicker, so for my sake, please don't do that. Don't be me. Doing a stitch on a drastic curve was, oh my god, I was hating it. Because of all the bow making and scrunchies and masks, that's all I've been doing. I haven't been working on anything else. I should have pinned a lot more onto the fabric than just 3. I was being incredibly lazy, but it worked out. At least I knew when I was doing this, I took my time and stitched like every 1/2 inch or so that it didn't, make the cone go wonky. And I was trying to match the curve so perfectly so that it doesn't, stretch a little bit to have a little extra at the end. Or worse, obvious puckers, and I did not want that to be shown in the display. I hate puckers. I really, really do. And of course, I am trimming the fabric so that there is less bulk when I put it around the cone. And finger pressing, just to see how well it would lay flat. And now we're gonna do right sides together, and for each seam I'm going to match it up with each color so it doesn't look like it's off center once I finish. because no one wants to see lines that are uneven. And my sewing teacher likes to come to my work to shop, so I can't disappoint her. For the top part of the cone, I didn't know how to do it to make it like pointy, but the cone isn't pointy, it's on a curve, so I treated it like a box pleat, which looked nice in the end. So because I eyeballed my patterns when I was cutting, I added 1/2 inch on seam allowance. Moment of truth, when I was pulling my fabric inside out, I was happy that all my lines matched and nothing was off, and the stitch at the tip was great. Now I was panicking if it wasn't going to fit into the cone, and it did, and I was really, really happy. I also had extra room at the bottom for me to hot glue and put a cardboard base at the bottom of the cone, and I pretty much just put dabs of glue like every couple of centimeters, just so that it looks pretty even at the bottom. I was trying my best that no folds were showing at the bottom, and I think there was only like 1 or 2, but not much you can do with a circle type of design. So I didn't have a smaller circle for the base of the tree. I simply put it on top and then traced around it so I can trim it. I also hoarded a buckload of circles and squares from my last shop because I figured they would be useful for crafts, and look at it. Granted, I don't use them all the time, but see, they come in handy, and people thought I was going crazy for doing that. And then slather some glue all the way around and big X in the middle. Really off center though, and we're pretty much done. And I'm really happy with it. I mean, it looks pretty bomb. I know it seems corny, but seriously, as my first time working on a sorter's play, I'm pretty happy with it, and I could be gluing some candy corn in a couple of days, but we'll see. And that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this crafting video of me making my store display of the candy corn tree. I can't wait to show you guys what other ideas I have in mind to make for the store. And if this video inspires you to make yourself a candy corn tree for your home or whatnot, please send me a picture in one of my social media accounts, where they are located in the description box down below. And if you guys like this video on how I made this tree for work, please give this video a nice like. And if you want to follow me and my other social media accounts, all the links are down below in the description box as well. And make sure you subscribe to my channel to see more content I will be making for the 31 Days of Halloween Challenge in the month of October. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye!